Welcome to the Superintendent's Quarter video series. I am Mario Andrade, Superintendent of Schools. It is the district's intention to use the video series to recognize and celebrate our outstanding students, teachers, and school community, as well as bring to life the district's overarching goals. Increase student achievement, bolster readiness in college and career readiness, increase internal and external communication, increase operational efficiencies. Let me take the opportunity to further define each of these goals. Increase in student achievement. It is our goal to support and engage all students to reach increasingly higher levels of proficiency in reading, writing, math, science, strengthening their pathway to graduation and post-secondary goals. We believe if teachers and students focus on identifying learning targets based on state and national standards and monitor progress throughout their learning, then increasing numbers of students will meet rigorous academic standards and demonstrate 21st century skills. 21st century skills include integrating technology into learning, where students have the opportunity to think critically and problem solve, create and innovate, communicate and collaborate as they engage in real-world applications. We have embarked on several exciting initiatives, a comprehensive STEM initiative, and also one-to-one computers in elementary schools. College and career readiness. Support and engage all grades 6 through 12 students in rigorous pathways and/or opportunities that integrate real-world learning experience and support learners reaching the academic, career, and life goals. We believe if we develop comprehensive pathways for multiple learning opportunities, then all students will be college and career ready. In conjunction with our community partners, we will research opportunities for credit-bearing apprenticeships. Communication. Effectively communicate the vision, mission, and goals of the Bristol-Warren Regional School District to create a climate of trust and collaboration within the district and the community, to respond to the community needs and to leverage our resources to support the needs of the district. We believe if we consistently communicate with all stakeholders and make leadership transparent, then we would create a culture of ownership of the mission and vision of the Bristol-Warren Regional School District. This district will be using this series and other forms of social media to highlight and celebrate our excellent students, schools, educators, and community. Operational efficiencies. Our goal is to develop and sustain a professional learning community that is efficient and fiscally responsible. We believe if we strengthen and align comprehensive and cohesive operational systems, finance, technology, and human resources, then the systems at the school level most closely related to teaching and learning will greatly improve and sustain over time. I want to thank Mr. Latesta and the broadcasting class at Mount Hope High School. What started out as an idea has flourished into a district-wide project under the direction of these students. The broadcasting students are responsible for all aspects of production of this video series. This video is additional evidence of the various opportunities our students have at Mount Hope High School to access a rigorous curriculum related to real-world experiences. Thank you.
I'm Lauren James.
I'm Jordan Perroni.
And I'm Bridget O'Hanley, and we're reporting out on the student government at Colt Elementary School.
The students were sworn in on October 15th.
The following clips were from the meeting, which was held on October 29th.
This meeting to order at 8:05. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As a proud member of Colt Elementary School, I promise to be respectful and responsible in every way. I promise to work hard, celebrate success, and help others. Together we will succeed. We are Colt Elementary.
school, there's a lot of people, I remember a lot of people were like, let's have a longer recess. And then we explained, so it's kind of like back and forth in between lunch and recess. So I think by keeping it flat and equal, neither side will be unhappy, even or more unhappy, because it'd be unfair. I just want to tell you that if our class comes in last, we only have about 6 minutes to eat our lunch.
If you would like to do a school color day in November, please stand up. And if you would like to do crazy sock day in November, please stand up. Okay, so in November, our school spirit day will be Crazy Sock Day, and it will be on November 21st.
So what's your position in student government?
My position in student government is parliamentarian.
And what do you do with that position?
I have to make sure that the meeting is running smoothly and make sure it's not, people aren't talking and I have to make that. So,
And what class do you represent?
Miss Albuquerque's.
What are your plans for this year?
Well, I want to get a lot more fundraising, and I want to help maybe do some fundraising for Hasbro and like a walkathon.
What position do you hold in student government?
Well, I'm a student rep for Miss Guiteras' class.
And what grade is that?
4th.
And what do you plan to do this year in student government?
Well, we're trying to make the school a better place and make the school more fun for students to learn.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for watching our Colt Andrews segment. See you next month.
Morning exercise at Bristol's elementary school, Guiteras, is provided for all willing students and faculty twice a week. When comparing the test scores of the elementary schools in our district, the morning exercise program at Guiteras seems to have a significant impact when compared to other schools without an exercise program.
Rouge Elementary School in Jacksonville, Oregon has its own morning workout where the principal, Julie Hill, facilitates and instructs an exercise routine. Every day at 8 a.m., the students and faculty gather in the gym to start their mornings with upbeat music and healthy exercise. Children and adults of all ages, 4 to 65, participate in what may be a revolutionary activity.
After recently visiting Kikamio Middle School, we were able to sit down in a classroom that has gone paperless. Each student is assigned an iPad that they save all of their work to. They're in the class while Mrs. Arsenal is teaching her lesson. The students are allowed to take notes. When asking a student in the classroom what advantage the iPad gives them during class period, one said, "It is easier to find information and it's more intriguing than just sitting and listening to it for a whole period. It allows each student to get involved in the lesson and appeals more to their liking." Mrs. De Silva, another teacher in the building, has been working on flipping her classroom. This includes the students watching YouTube videos and listening to podcasts at home, then coming into school the next day with questions that can be answered by the teacher herself, rather than learning the lesson, going home, and not having anyone to go to with questions about what you're learning. And that's our report on Kikamio Middle School. See you next month.
Hi, I'm Jake McAlister.
And I'm Aroura Faria.
We are students of Mount Hope High School.
We will be reporting on information about and involving Mount Hope High School for the district.
Mount Hope is a commended school. In Rhode Island, commended schools are the highest performing schools that embody the strongest patterns of performance across scores, students, and faculty.
Mount Hope was proficient in previous state testing, kneecap over the state average.
The SAT scores are also above the state of Rhode Island's average.
The 4-year graduation rate is also notable. The class of 2013's graduation rate was above our state's average, along with the other areas mentioned.
Mount Hope has achieved this success. The hard work of its faculty and student has created this.
The new Common Core state standards offer clear, consistent expectations concerning the knowledge and the skills expected of students and faculty.
Common Core is a new direction for education. At Mount Hope, this is streamlined subject material.
We spoke with Mr. Jackson, head of the English/Humanities department, about the changes that have been made at Mount Hope High School. Mr. Jackson defined MountCap as the reading and responding to complex text in all content areas. Initially, MountCaps were strictly writing tasks, but they have incorporated a reading component into the testing.
When asked about increased scores, he said that curricular instructional improvement from the previous second worst ELA scores, topping only Central Falls, to the second best in the state.
Mr. Jackson believes that if former students were put into the program that is now in place, they would perform better than they did before. He credits the success to extensive collaboration with his staff to improve the curriculum, instructions, and the student outcomes.
I'm Carol Schlink. I'm the theater teacher, director at Mount Hope High School, and advisor of the Mount Hope Masqueraders.
Okay, it's a part of the process. Just realize that as an actor, your job is to get all the intention of what you're saying is just right. All of you. Nice.
The fall play for November 2014 is a play called We Survived, Stories from the Armenian Genocide of 1915. It's a play that I've written, taking actual survivor accounts of the genocide and putting it together in a play. So my acting class performs in the fall show, and when you do a historical drama, as well as learning the skills and techniques of acting, you also have to research the history. And so my class is learning a lot about this first genocide of the 20th century, the Armenian genocide, which all other genocides of the 20th century seem to copy. Only most people don't even know about it. So since April 24th, 2015 is the 100th anniversary of the genocide, the timing is right for this production. There's a lot of excitement in the Armenian community, and the acting students are learning about a part of our history that they didn't even know about. I'm part Armenian. My father's parents were survivors. They were children when the genocide began. They were married at 15 years old and 17 years old in Aleppo, Syria, which is where they had escaped to. They came to America in 1921 and started a whole new life. And I grew up hearing these stories of the genocide. There was very interesting food and music and culture, cultural things, but there was, underneath it all was a sadness. And my siblings and I talked about that often, that no matter how much fun we were having at our grandparents' home, there was this little bit of sadness. And, I realize now it was because of what they went through. Well, this particular play, since I had to write it, I had to find survivor accounts. I had to go to reputable websites. I even found on SoundCloud a 1976 interview with my grandfather that some college kid did. So I had to do a lot of research, then edit and put it together. That took a lot of time, a lot of research into trying to find photographs. The rehearsal process begins with casting, so having students read different parts, casting it, coming up with a rehearsal schedule, rehearsing it, getting publicity, contacting different newspapers, as well as, because of this particular production, the Armenian churches and people who are in charge of genocide, the Rhode Island Genocide Education Project, and So a lot of time is spent on research and finding the right music, finding the right places to advertise.
I want you to look at him to say, I swung an axe. Say that part.
I swung an axe and beheaded the priest.
Step back.
Then the rest of us began to play soccer with his head.
And the rest of us played soccer with his head. You say a lot of the lines the same way. Okay?
Yes.
But this is part of using the language, that we use our voice and you're singing, so you've got to do the same kind of things when you sing.
I like my acting students and my tech theater students to have a variety of experiences. So, whereas last year we did a very light, whimsical play for the fall, and then we did kind of a more heavy musical in the spring, this year we're going to reverse it. We are doing this very heavy play for the fall, and whatever we do in the spring will be happy, and my students have never, in the 15 years I've been here, done anything as serious and as important as this play, because when you do historical drama, you are giving voice to people who cannot speak anymore. That's a little more important, I think, than just entertainment.